Hi everyone, I'm really excited to be talking to you on this new platform in a series. It's a 12-part series that I'm going to be sharing with you some of my thoughts and ideas, and we're calling it the Success 10X series. We're at the very interesting time of year now where we're winding down towards Christmas and the holiday season, and I think it's really important that we take just a few minutes to reflect on how 2017 has been for Signa Group and the companies, and also to start thinking about where we're going in 2018. And so in today's series, what I'd like to talk to you a little about is about setting goals and the importance of goal setting. And it's always quite funny that people come to this time of year and then they start setting New Year's resolutions. And we know what happens in the first week after New Year. Those resolutions are forgotten. So I always wonder, how is it that it's so difficult to set goals or set goals that you can achieve? And in my research, I found that basically only 3% of people actually set proper written goals. Now that's astounding. And in those same studies, they found that 97% of people who write down their goals and set those goals for themselves actually end up achieving those goals. So the truth of the matter is, if you can write down really smart goals, you've got a 97% chance of achieving them. So I guess the message today is, why don't we talk about setting some smart goals for ourselves? And in my life, it's pretty important for me this time of year that I reflect on the goals that I set at the beginning of the year and how kind of review how we did, and then to take a bit of time out to consider the goals that I'm setting for 2018. And just to give an example of a typical goal that I would set, something along the lines of, by June 2018, I'd like to have established 2 new campuses for the academy in a community center, which can accommodate at least 100 learners and is located near a taxi rank. So that's how I would phrase a particular goal. Now let's unpack that for a minute. Is this a smart goal? Well, a smart goal says it must be specific. So this is a very specific goal. I'd like to have 2 new campuses established by June 2016. Is it measurable? Yes, it is measurable, because we know it's 2 campuses that can accommodate at least 100 learners each. Is it achievable? Well, the fact that we've been able to implement campuses around the country already in Signa Academy means that we know what we're doing, and therefore this goal is very much achievable. Is it realistic? Well, if you think about what does it take to establish a campus, you need to find a premises, you need to be able to lease the premises, and then you need to find some learners and clients to support that. We know it takes roughly 3 months to negotiate a lease. So if we start in January and we negotiate a lease for 3 months, and we have campus number 1 up and running by March, we could realistically have campus number 2 up and running by June. So it's a realistic goal. And then there's a time frame to it. And we know by June 2018, if we have 2 campuses in place, we'd have achieved our goal. So that just gives you an example of how to set smart goals. And I would really encourage you at this time of the year to reflect on where you are and some of the goals that you want for your life. And I would encourage you to perhaps look at all the areas of life, the important areas of life: your family, your social circle, your career, your wealth development, your health, and look at setting smart goals in each one of those areas. In my goals book, I keep a journal of the goals that I set every year, and I find it very useful to have my goals written down in a place where I can access it every day. And I would encourage you to do the same thing. So on that note, I would just like to wish you all the very best for the Christmas season and for the holidays. You've all worked very hard. You deserve a rest. Take a break, have a rest, and come back refreshed. And I'd love to hear about your new goals for 2018.